What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Shannon Sharpe is going down bad, y'all. It's going down bad, man. So it's looking like that $100 million podcast deal may be up in smoke. We got to wait and see about that. But the way you kind of sense that the winds are blowing, that's probably drying up. You know, we all know that he's lost a lot of endorsements because of what has transpired in the last couple of months, really, or even the last year. We all know that he had some charges levied against him that I thought were bullshit. We all kind of smelt they were bullshit. But still, Shannon Sharpe put himself in this situation while at the same time he likes to lecture others about how they should be moving in their personal lives, those who are much younger than him and don't have the wisdom that he claims that he's had. I mean, for a guy that's always quoting his grandmother and all the multiple women that have raised him in the South over the years, you know, a guy that's nearing 60 years of age, you think that he would move a lot smarter in his personal life than the way that he proclaims himself on the mic. Right? Then we find out that you gave some chick who you just met 2 years ago, not some woman that you've been married to for years, you know what I'm saying, that helped you on your path to becoming the man that you are, a woman that was with you from the get-go, a woman that you was married to for decades. No, you gave some OnlyFans thought who helped to fulfill what appears to be your slave master, fantasies. You gave her $23 million. Oh, by the way, she abruptly retired from OnlyFans, probably before the ink even dried on the necessary paperwork. Now, come word that Espn has fired Shannon Sharpe. So, this is tough for him, man. I almost feel sorry for him because this is a guy that was at the absolute apex of sports talk. What, a year and a half ago? He was at the top. And he was warned many, many times by people that was on his show that they're going to come after you. And I believe wholeheartedly that chick, that Cuban chick, wherever she is, Zuniga, I believe she was put there to help him fail. I believe she was put there on purpose. It was a setup. And Shannon Sharpe fell for it. See, he got a pass last year. When, whether you want to believe it was fake or not, that audio of him, or clip/audio of him having relations with a Michelle went viral. He got a pass then. He should have came on the air, at least feigned to be embarrassed. He should have been more contrite in how he behaved, but he actually used the situation to brag on himself, brag on his prowess, which led to many people to believe that Shannon Sharpe did that on purpose because all the rumors about him being, a certain type of way were getting to him. So that he did it on purpose. Maybe he did. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say this is a fall from grace because he still has his podcast. He still is going to have influence. But as far as television is concerned, it's over for him. It's over. He's not going back to Fox Sports. I seriously doubt it. I don't know. Who knows what's in the cards for him? Um, Another thing I've noticed too, and I can't prove this. Maybe it's my imagination, but does it seem like over the past 6 months that Shannon Sharpe is not as prominent in the algorithm as he once was? It's like they're trying to. It's like some sort of entity is trying to, um, you know what I'm saying, reduce his influence. Like he's a little bit too big for his britches. Because, and I get, a lot of this has other things that, if that affect how prominent someone is as far as in the algorithm and all that. But I don't know, it just seemed like he's being set up to me. And another thing too that got to be put out there too is Shannon Sharp has made some enemies out there over the past couple of years. He's made some enemies. So, I hope it was worth it, bro. And I also hope that there was an agreement that whatever was said or, what I'm saying, by you or her, as far as interactions is concerned, stays secret. Because for you to have gone out there and still paid that money, if you knew you didn't do anything wrong, makes me think there was some really embarrassing stuff that you didn't want out there. But I just don't like this latest trend, man, where people are being shamed for their kinks. I don't like this shit, man. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like this holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? This holier than thou. It is my job to push morality throughout the world, and I don't like this shit, man, at all. This is one of the things that used to really piss me off about the Christian Coalition back in the 80s and early 90s. They were always so judgmental of everybody else and always pointing the finger at everybody else. But they were the main ones who were the biggest perverts. Whether it was the late Jimmy Swaggart, you know what I'm saying, apparently loving prostitutes, or 304s, I should say, or, whether it was old boy's son, Jerry Falwell's son, like in kinky threesomes, and I don't have to go through. I'll have to go through the list, man. Whatever Shannon Sharpe likes personally, that's his business. But like I said, he screwed up when he started gloating about certain things and putting it out there. And plus, when you are a black man like Shannon Sharpe with a very with a alpha male-esque personality, domineering personality, and you're opinionated, yeah, you're going to be subjected to these types of things. You're going to have people who are going to come at you. And you got to be prepared for that. And you really got to be able to maneuver in a way that you almost have to have, like, you got to have Spartan discipline. And all the discipline that Shannon Sharpe has as far as his eating and staying in shape and all of those things, every man has a weakness. Shannon Sharpe likes women. And the things that you can get away with back in the 90s and 2000s, you can't get away with today. Not in this new climate, man. Not with this new climate of empowerment and sisterhood and, in this perverted form of feminism where, these women claim they want equality, but in reality, they want a matriarchy. They want the roles reversed. They want to be the dominating race, the dominating sex. They want men to be the ones who are shamed for having a sexual appetite. They want men to be the ones who are walking around insecure and unsure of themselves. And, you know what I'm saying, the weaker sex. This is real. It's not some made up opinion or some random opinion. There's some real evidence to back up what I'm saying. They have no interest in equality. They want men to be docile. They want men to be, you know what I'm saying? Um, they want men to be the subservient sex when it comes to the two. Even if it has to be enforced with certain bullshit rules. You know, the laws and guidelines are double standard in nature. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. So what you guys think?